welcome back. Stassa 23 here, back again with some knife therapy. And today I have for you the Spyderco Tenacious Lightweight in CPM S35vn steel, coming in at $98. And when I first got the knife, I was kind of on the fence about it. You know, is it worth the extra money over the HCR for just a steel change and a few other little things? I wasn't sure, but after I did the cutting testing with this, you're definitely going to want to watch how well this thing performs. Let's get some quick specs out of the way. You have an overall length of 7 3/4 of an inch. You have a blade length of 3.5 inches. Grip area of 3 3/4 of an inch. And a behind the edge thickness on my particular knife at 17 thousandths, sharpened at 18 degrees per side. That already lends itself to be nice and slicey geometry. Let's see how well this Spyderco cuts. All right, we're gonna test the factory sharpness. Ridiculously sharp. All right, all I'm gonna say is of the 5 knives that I tested before this one has done the best. Now that's not saying it's gonna continue to do that well, but it did it amazing. Very sharp. All right, we're gonna test the ergos and see how well this edge is still biting into this pine 2x4. Alrighty, I gotta say, I forgot how comfortable this knife was in hand, at least for me, and it just went through the wood like it was born to do wood. Super, super nice. Nice and sharp. Alright, we're gonna cut some 1/2 inch twisted sisal rope. Try to do 20-30 cuts. All right, this thing, wow. This thing was cutting through there without hardly any effort, and I didn't have any strength left in my hands from the last test. So very, very impressed so far. This thing is really doing well. All right, still super sharp. All right, we're gonna cut up several different types of material. We got some thick saddle leather. We got some rubber gasket material, some 1-inch vinyl tubing with some nylon webbing, some rubber tubing with some nylon webbing on the inside, 3/8 inch bungee, and some rolled up blue jean denim. And before I get started, I'm gonna say, so far this knife did amazing. So hopefully it keeps it up. All right. Wow, oh wow. I hope this thing's still sharp, because this thing just blew my mind. Love finding knives like this for y'all, and let's hope it keeps it up. I mean, very sharp still. And I've done a pretty good bit of cutting with this. All right, we're gonna attempt to chop through 3 copper wires here with a rubber mallet. This would probably void your warranty, so I wouldn't do it. I do it so you don't have to. Boy, I don't want to do this with this knife because I love it so far. Let's see. Never like having to hit it twice, but I think it bounced that time off the table. I don't see any damage. I didn't expect it with how well this knife has done so far. Let's see. Let's see. There is a minor dent. That's it. Where's it at? Right. It's hard to show y'all. Right there. There's a minor dent. And let's see. Now it's even harder. Right there. Right there where my finger is. Let's see if it affected the cutting at all. Anytime I have to cut more than once, it's usually gonna mess up the edge. Not always, but still cuts like a razor blade right now. Wow, this knife's impressed me. All right, we're gonna do some apex impact testing on this aluminum bar stock. Don't do this. This is probably void your warranty. We're gonna try to stay in this little area. 3 strikes. Bro science. Three good ones. It's hard to do 1, 2, and 3. Might have definitely looked like I might have rolled the edge a little bit, but this thing's probably sharpened at 20 degrees per side or 15, one of the two. Yeah, it has a few little minor rolls in it, which is perfectly fine. Probably still cuts good. Yep, I'd say you could keep on working with that. Wow. Definitely has impressed me very, very much. All right, I hope y'all enjoyed that cutting performance. It really is nice whenever a knife exceeds my expectations. The Spyderco Tenacious has been around for a long time. It's a very popular model for Spyderco, but it's been an HCR 13 MOV, and a lot of people don't like that steel, including me. It's just a budget steel. It's not the worst steel in the world, but it's just not that great. And I wasn't sure if slapping S35vn on this model was going to make it that much better to make it to where I could recommend it. But if that cutting performance that I just showed didn't prove anything, then I don't know what will. I mean, I may do some rope cutting with it, but I want to show y'all something. After all that cutting that I've done, I passed this knife 5 times over a 1 micron kangaroo leather strop, and it brought the edge back to pretty much the way it came. This is a factory edge, and also that bevel is absolutely perfect, 18 degrees per side on both sides. Hardly ever see that. I checked that out on my goniometer. Let's check it out. Now, I know there is one small little roll or whatever from the copper wire, but 1 out of 3 wires isn't bad. But watch this. I mean, you wouldn't even see that. Let's see if I can make it catch that one little. Nope, doesn't even show. Maybe I got rid of it with the stropping. I don't know. But very, very impressed. Besides the steel, they also upgraded to a ceramic detent. Nice. The ergonomics on the Tenacious, in my opinion, has always been excellent for my medium-sized hands. This ramp right there really locks you in. You can do the saber grips, very comfortable. Hammer grips, comfortable. Reverse grip also is comfortable the way this handle slopes down. And another one that's also, I mean, every grip is comfortable. I haven't found one yet that was bad. The Spidey hole on here has a light chamfer, so it's not going to tear up your thumb. Lockup hasn't changed whatsoever. Easy to get to that lock bar. I'm not a huge fan of FRN, but it does give you very good grip and traction with the way these little things, they both go opposite directions of each other, and they have the little circle right there for the pocket clip to sit on so you're not tearing up your shorts. Countersunk screws, lanyard tube in there. Just a well done premium upgraded budget knife, I guess you could call it. Action, excellent. Spidey flick, yes, great. So if you liked the original 8CR Tenacious, but the performance on it fell short for you, and the ergos were excellent, all that, but the steel just didn't meet your expectations, then this, hands down, I will be recommending this to people, but only if I know that they're looking for a performer. That's what this knife is. It's not going to win any beauty awards. And the weight, they didn't save a whole bunch using the FRN. That's why it's kind of confusing to some people. But it's still, in my opinion, an excellent weight. 105 grams, 3.7 ounces. That, to me, that's very light. I think it's an excellent size. You got, if you look at it by the Spyderco Power 2, the Power 2 is a little bit longer, but you have more cutting edge than both the Power 2 and the Spyderco Indela, which are both longer knives. But if you put the tip right there, you see you have that extra, you got about an extra 1/4 of an inch cutting edge. And on the Indela, you have about more than a 1/4 of an inch of cutting edge. So you still have a lot of cutting edge extra with the Tenacious. Before we wrap it up, let me give you my nitpicks and complaints. The blade finish is very hazy looking, but if it's a user, that shouldn't really matter. Just something to note. The edge termination's pretty crappy. If you're gonna try to bring the edge all the way back to the plunge, bring it all the way back to the plunge. You can see it right there. Look how far. Now, I usually notch that part out anyway, so it's not gonna really matter. And last thing, that clip leaves a pretty good bit of knife sticking out of the pocket. Let me show you real quick. Not the biggest deal, especially if this is a work knife. Goes in and out of the pocket nicely, and it does hold into the pocket nicely as well. So like I said, if you want a good performer with a good blade steel in a cheapened package, the Spyderco Tenacious and S35 is definitely the way to go. If y'all would like me to do other tests with later on down the road, y'all let me know. I will. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down below. I hope everybody's having an absolute wonderful day. I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.